Hey guys, welcome back. Just a little update on the last video I did regarding Castlevania Nocturne on Netflix. There was this article that came out from Forbes talking about how basically the only people who are leaving it negative reviews in the audience score are bigots and people who are just, bad, terrible people with bad opinions, apparently. And now it seems that the audience score has dropped since then. Not that I'm saying that one led to the other, but that just in general, audiences are not happy with this show. For a wide variety of reasons. I'm sure diversity and inclusion is only a small part of that. So yeah, currently sitting at 49%, down 4 points from when the article was written. Another company that's not doing so great with their fan reception, of course, being Disney. I definitely think Disney's in worse shape than Netflix, especially given when you look at their stock price currently. Hell, Disney's stock is sitting at $81.67 today, which is actually up. It's up a little bit. But over the last year, it's just down. I think over the 5-year, it's even down, yeah. I think it's down about $33 in the past 5 years. So down 28%. Not great, to be honest. And so Disney is hoping for Toy Story 5, apparently to be the thing that gives them their redemption arc. A series of movies, a story that I thought was pretty well wrapped up with Toy Story 4. It just seems like another shameless cash grab attempt to try to revitalize some relevance into a company that has just at this point lost all the fan support and goodwill that they've stored up for decades and pissed it all away by engaging in the culture war, which again is something that Bob Iger, the CEO, came out and said they're going to do less engaging in the culture war, less talking about politics, and more just getting back to the thing that made them great before, which clearly they just haven't done yet because people are still hating everything that they produce, and it just doesn't seem to be getting any better. Well, now this new report from GLAAD has come out and said that apparently, according to their Studio Responsibility Index report, they've revealed that Netflix and Disney have produced the most films with LGBTQ content in 2022. I know, this is definitely not them ignoring the culture war and getting back to what made them great. Now, again, this was a report from 2022, and Bob Iger's statement was just a couple weeks ago in 2023 here, so maybe we have to give them time. I don't know. I'm not holding out any hope that they're going to pull their heads out of their rear ends, but we'll see. So this article from Bounding in the Comments says, it's that time of year again, the time where LGBTQ watchdog organization GLAAD rates major Hollywood studios on just how LGBTQ content, how much I think it's supposed to say, content they are squeezing into their films and television content. Responsible for the increasing push of gay, trans, and non-binary content produced for big and small screens across the world, GLAAD CEO Sarah Kate Ellis is the face and voice behind Hollywood's largest LGBTQ lobby, which it's just weird to me that there's a LGBTQ lobby in Hollywood. It doesn't surprise me, but it seems like, what's the point? What's the incentive? I think we already all know the answer to that. For the last 10 years, GLAAD has conducted an annual Studio Responsibility Index, which tracks just how woke Hollywood is, and while every major studio is pushing LGBTQ content, some major studios in the eyes of GLAAD are doing a better job than others. Bounding, you should hire me to edit your articles, because man, there's a lot of typos in here. It says, of the 350 films released theatrically and on tracked streaming services by the 10 distributors counted in 2022, 100, which is 28.5%, were LGBTQ inclusive, GLAAD reveals in their report, noting that this is the highest percentage and number recorded in this report. The report shows an 8% increase in representation from last year's reports, they further specified. It says, of the 100 LGBTQ inclusive films released in 2022, 55% included gay men, 45% included lesbians, 21% included bisexual characters, 12% included transgender characters, and 17% included queer characters that don't fall specifically into those other labels, the report also revealed. And so here you have it right here, the overview of findings with all the data tracking the increase of presence of these characters in films and TV shows. It says the report shows that the genre of comedy and drama have over 40% of their film be LGBTQ inclusive, which is 2 times as many as the number 3 genre of horror. Well, that's because horror, those people tend to be the ones who are killed off unceremoniously. That and black people, right? When the report goes deeper into what studios are responsible for putting more gay and transgender characters on screen, Disney and Netflix are the 2 studios leading the rainbow charge. Is anybody shocked by this? I mean, honest to God, is anybody shocked? And so if you have these guys right here, you've got Netflix, 22%, Walt Disney Company at 41% rating good, Warner Bros. 42% rating insufficient. I guess it's because of the total number of films versus the total amount of inclusivity, you know? It says Walt Disney Company scored 41% for featuring 24 films out of 59. With a total of 107 films in 2022, Netflix received a fair rating with a 22%, which amounts to 24 LGBTQ inclusive films, matching Disney in the number of films that are LGBTQ inclusive. Disney and Netflix feature the most inclusive films out of any other studios. I mean, again, is anybody shocked by this? And we've seen this for years now, the push that Hollywood especially, but you know, the activists, both in the media, in Hollywood, and video game industry, it seems like this is what they're shooting for. I mean, this screenshot from that movie Bros, that again, nobody watched. Supposedly it was a comedy, right? Yeah, nobody watched it. And people are just tired of it. It's just all tiresome. It's all boring. It's all repetitive. And it just gets to be where it's like, look, I get it. These people exist. Have a good time. Do what you're going to do. Leave me out of it. And that doesn't mean that they can't be in movies, that they can't be in TV shows. I remember watching movies when I was a kid, back in the 80s and 90s, that had gay characters. It wasn't a shocking thing. But this overarching, like, push by the mainstream media and Hollywood to try to normalize things that just keep getting weirder and weirder and weirder, it's getting to be too much. I think we've all had our fair share of it, and you know, eventually they're going to catch on. Eventually they're going to realize that pandering to this small group of people is not going to make them any more money. But let me know what you guys think down below. Share your comments, share your thoughts, and we will see you on the next one. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. We do have 2 channels, one for daily uploads, the other one for more of my live streams and hot takes. Links to both are down below, as well as the ability to join as a channel member for as little as $3 a month, and that'll greatly help us out. Much appreciated. We also have links to our Etsy accounts down below, as well as our website. We also have locals and Subscribestar. If you didn't want to support us on YouTube, you can support us through those. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next one.